In the financial advisor industry, a successful partnership is represented by two equally important groups: the clients who have a need and the advisors who consult them. These are their stories.
Hey everyone, it's Kyle here. Today I kind of want to talk to you about a real life scenario that I had come up early on in my financial planning career. It was a prospect actually. She never really did become a client, but it was a prospect. She was in her late 40s, early 50s if I remember correctly. She had a good job. She made $60,000 a year. It was just her. And she was actually, over the course of her life, was able to save roughly about $1 million into her employer-sponsored plan or her 401k at her employer. And the reason that she had approached me and our firm is she was actually looking into long-term care insurance. Her biggest concern was, what happens to me if for some odd reason I'm unable to take care of myself? I don't have family in the area, I'm not married, I don't have kids. So, what do you do? And obviously the answer there is long-term care. I mean, that's what it's there for. And at the end, we kind of started talking about quotes and the cost of that long-term care insurance. She flat out told me that she couldn't afford it. So, obviously I kind of took a step back and I'm thinking about it. And realistically, with her net worth, she needed it. She didn't have any family. There was nobody really around to take care of her. She could afford it, but the problem was that all of her dollars were wrapped up into her employer-sponsored plan. So the premium itself was a very, very, very marginal percentage of her actual net worth, and she still had 10 to 15 to 20 years of work left to continue to accumulate dollars, to where that annual premium to protect the rest of it and really to protect herself was going to be a very, very small portion of her net worth. She should have done it. It made a whole lot of sense. But the problem is that everything was saved in her 401k at work. She couldn't access any of it. Quite frankly, I would have loved to have met her 20 years earlier. We could have had the conversation about tax diversification and the issues that you run into if you save too much in your employer-sponsored plan. Not that it's a bad thing, but you run into issues where liquidity becomes a problem. So that prospect and that person I was working with kind of really shaped how I looked at things when I started working with other clients. And quite frankly, you see it often where husband and wife come in and they're either month to month on their checking and savings, or they've got a little bit of savings and they got their employer-sponsored plans with anywhere from $250 to $1 million in it. And it's like, what can you guys use this for? Yeah, it's there for retirement. You're saving it for retirement, but what happens if something happens? It's not accessible. So let's take a look at diversifying you tax-wise and making sure at the end of the day that you're going to be okay, which is what's important to me and why I do what I do. Is I want my clients to know, I can't control the market, but I can certainly put them in the best position possible to make sure that they're successful. And that's what's important to me. So that was my prospect and my story that kind of shaped me early in my career, and I still carry that to this day.